I was surprised at this budget. Why? Because actually I wasn't surprised. It was one of the best flagged budgets in recent memory. I had expected something like shock and awe last night, something that would really blow me out of my seat. Well, it didn't really happen. I've got to say, I don't really think this budget was that tough. Remember, it's 5 years on relatively optimistic forecast before we get back to a surplus. That particular forecast has a bit of the Wayne Swan about it, and that's something I actually was hoping not to see. This budget was very well flagged. Things like the Medicare co-payment, the increase in petrol tax, the so-called deficit levy on high income earners, all things that have been talked about endlessly over the past few weeks. There were some great cliches in last night's budget. I have to give Joe Hockey absolute credit for that. For example, and this is my favourite, we are now a nation of lifters, not leaners. There you go, we can all go out and lift things. What a wonderful thing that actually is to contemplate for all of us. Another big word we're going to have to get used to, and it's of Greek origin, is hypothecation. Now, hypothecation is a really silly thing in tax. All tax goes into one great big bucket, and from that bucket the government draws that money to spend on all the wonderful things that governments do. However, hypothecation is when you take the revenue from one tax and say, no, it's not going into a big bucket, it's going into this special little bucket that we have over here. Well, two of the biggest new taxes that the government announced last night are hypothecated, and I can only assume this is to try and make them easier to sell. The Medicare co-payments. No, it's not to reduce the deficit, it's to fund a medical research fund. This has got a bit of the Victorian Equity Development Corporation written all over it. And secondly, the petrol excise. Again, that money should just go into consolidated revenue, but no, it's going into road building. There is no link between petrol tax and roads, or at least there wasn't until last night. Now, there most definitely is. So, we're a nation of lifters, not leaners. We're going to give more of our money to the federal government, but the great thing is we should, I repeat, should be getting something back very, very soon.